Inside of this unassuming warehouse-style building lies a possible treasure trove of tech, specifically retro tech, although there is some modern stuff in there as well. I recently paid a visit. It's my second time there. I took some footage and everything. It's not going to be the best footage just because of the fact that one hand had a camera phone, the other hand had a lantern in it. And I occasionally had to put one or the other down so I could, dig through stuff and everything. But I'm going to go ahead and show you what I got anyway. It's going to be on repeat just because I don't have a ton of footage. It's all going to be in portrait mode too, so I apologize for that. But I'll go ahead and talk about my experience and what this place actually is. And then at the very end, I'll show you what I picked up. Now again, a lot of it's going to be in portrait mode. Apologize. It just was the easiest way for me to be able to capture everything. I'm going to be jumping around a lot too, just because I was really in awe as to what I could see. I will at some point probably revisit it, maybe in a couple of weeks, try to get some better footage of it, see if I can get some high ground footage and things like that. But basically, this is an electronics recycling place known as Silicon Alley Recyclers. They're in Centerline, Michigan, in the Detroit area, basically, and I'll put some information later on. This can be best described as Michigan's own version of Computer Reset. For those that aren't familiar with Computer Reset, was a computer repair shop, resale shop, and a horde of just old computers and everything. Just go on Google and type in Computer Reset and you'll find a ton of videos out there. Some of them probably from LGR. You guys might be familiar with LGR's videos and everything. He made at least a couple of them, if not more. I don't even know who else made videos. There was so many people that did it, but I never got to experience that. So when I discovered this place like a year or so ago, I was like, oh, they have some retro stuff there for sale. And at first I thought it was just like some small little outfit or whatever. And I walked in and they had these relatively newer computers on sale. They were refurbished, repaired, etc. Like, Dell business machines off a lease, Lenovo ThinkPads, things like that from like 2015, 2018. Affordable stuff if you can't afford the latest and greatest, but still need something good and reliable. And that was one of the missions that this business set out to, is to try and make sure that to get tech back into the hands of people instead of it just going to a landfill or some scrapper that's going to take, the 50 cents worth of valuable metal out of it and then pitch the rest of it, right? So, but when I went in there, I looked at them back and there were just tons and tons of retro tech everywhere. And I was just, I wanted to go back and take a look, but we at the time were not allowed to go back there. And honestly, it probably was for the best because things were just everywhere. But we were able to, and anyone that went in there could put a request, hey, if you have this, can you let me know and then give me a price and all of that. And specifically, I went in there to try to find an NEC CRT, one that would be from the same era as the Ready 7610 system that I've got. So I chatted with people there for a little bit. The owner specifically, and I don't remember his name because I'm really bad with names and it was like a while ago, so I probably wouldn't even remember had I remembered it at the time. Anyway, left my information there, what I was looking for. Haven't heard back at all in a while, and I decided I'm just going to stop in there one day and just see, maybe he lost the messages, lost the information, whatever, it happens. And so I figured I would stop in there on the way home from the Detroit Retro Gaming Show I was at, and figured, yeah, why not? So I stopped in there, and there were people there picking up things. They were buying like newer like LCD displays and computers, things like that. There were a couple people in there looking around buying a lot of their new old stock toner and some newer computers that they're going to ship overseas for donations and stuff like that. And that's kind of like the point of this place, to try and get this tech back into the people's hands instead of, like I said, landfills and all of that. Except this time we were allowed to go and explore and everything. And I say we, I mean me. Obviously there were other people there too. So we were actually able to go and explore, but we had to sign a waiver saying, hey, anything happens, it's on us, because there's stuff piled up from floor to ceiling. A lot of these things are heavy. They could fall, hurt you, etc. So yeah, I figured, yeah, whatever, I'll sign the waiver. But yeah, so I was able to go and explore and everything. And as you've been seeing with all this footage, which isn't even that great of a footage, and it's not even like all of it, it's just all of what they have, I should say. It was just pure shock and awe. They had, a bunch of old Macs, as you can see in these clips that keep repeating themselves. They had a pile of cheese grater Macs. I don't know if they were Mac Pros, or if they were still Power Mac G5s, but they had all of that there. They had a ton of CRTs just, on a very top shelf, as well as in other places and everything. And when I say CRTs, I mean both PC monitors as well as televisions. They had stacks of like old VCRs, stereo equipment. There were stacks of Sun rack mount servers and workstations. They had a box of just iMac G3 keyboards. Most of them, I think, were I can't remember the colors. They were either the teal or the blueberry color. There might have been a couple of graphites in there. I really don't remember, even though I walked by the box like 30 times. They had piles and piles of newer LCD panels, of course, including some that were similar to the Dell that I have that's 15 kilohertz compatible. So I may go back and grab 1 or 2 more of those after I confirm that the model numbers are in fact supported, just to have them on hand because it's good to have them. And I really want to check out the CRTs. And I don't know if I got it in the footage or not, but they are on a very, very, very top shelf. And it is very difficult to get there because while there are aisles in between these shelves, you can see in the footage that there isn't a whole heck of a lot of room to really maneuver. So yeah, so I mean, this is just all the footage I was able to capture that day. Again, I didn't capture a whole lot because I wasn't planning on capturing anything. And on top of the fact, my phone was nearing 15% battery because I had used up a lot of it over at the gaming show. And I didn't want it to die on me while it was there in case something did happen. But there's just shelves and shelves of all kinds of stuff in there. And in some of the footage, you'll see these gigantic cardboard boxes that a lot of recycling places will use to store things. No idea what's in them because they're, just so deep. But there were boxes behind the boxes that you could not even get to because of all this stuff that's in the way. Yeah, it was really crazy. I want to go back and do a proper video and everything because they're trying to clear out as much of the stuff as they possibly can, get it in the hands of collectors and everything. They're not even taking any donations whatsoever. So like if you're a business that wants to get rid of all of their old, HP workstations, they're probably not taking them unless, you have some kind of special deal or something like that with them because they want to get rid of a lot of this stuff here. And like I said, it was just really overwhelming and it was really exciting and everything. And I want to go back and, but I'm going to do a proper video for it. And I know I'm not this big YouTuber or anything, but figured if I can get good footage of it and spread the word, others may, discover this place and hopefully help them with everything and get rid of everything and hopefully get this stuff in the hands of collectors and enthusiasts and everything like that. They did ask me to review them on Google, and I'll even tweet about it, whatever, and get some exposure, and maybe I'll even tag a few bigger names to get their attention and hopefully spread the word and all of that. Even though it's hard to tell from this footage, I also call it Michigan's Computer Reset. It's not nearly as big. I'd say at best, it's probably a quarter of the size. But that's still a lot of things to go through and everything. But maybe it's like a mini computer reset. Maybe we can refer it to that. Yeah, so I'm making this quick video for now, just so that, it can get some word out. And like I said, I'm going to go back there again and get more footage. So, all right, I've rambled enough about it. Go ahead and, like I said, they're Silicon Alley recyclers. They are in Centerline, Michigan. If you do a Google search for them, you'll be able to find them. They are only open currently Fridays from 7 to 9 p.m. and on Saturdays from 2 to 8 p.m. I do strongly recommend going there in not the best clothes that you've got because you're going to get sweaty, you're going to get dirty. Bring a flashlight, preferably if you have one that's like a headband style, so that you can have both your hands free to dig through everything. They've been around for about 17 years in total. With all that being said, I did pick up a few things when I was there because, of course, I didn't pick up a ton because I'd already spent a ton of money at the gaming show and I was running a little bit low on cash. They do take credit, but I figured let's just stick with cash for now. So we'll go ahead and I'll show you what I got. First thing is this Packard Bell Legend Tower. It is of the same series as the Packard Bell that I have, the pizza box style that's got severe battery corrosion. This does not have any drives in it. I really wanted it for the motherboard because even though it's the same style and has the Varda battery in it, the motherboard's mounted vertically with the battery facing down. So I'm really hoping that any damage is minimal to the board and that everything just dripped out and maybe ruined the case. At the very least, maybe I can take parts from both of the boards and make one working 486 system. Next thing I got is this cute little IBM 9-inch black and white CRT, well, monochrome. I don't know if it's actually black and white or not. Fortunately, as it shows on top, it says it doesn't work. Now, I don't know what that means that it doesn't work. Does it not turn on? Does it not display anything? We'll find out. At the very least, if I don't get it working, it's a nice little display piece. So I can just stick it on the shelf and, it'll just be there. So. And then the other thing that I got, which I was excited about, is this 16-inch Samsung flat CRT with component video. I want it for my game room so I can hook up more modern-ish systems like the original Xbox, the PlayStation 2, and I even took the TV apart a little bit just to look inside everything. Kind of sort of seems like it's in good shape. I didn't notice any capacitor leakage or any damage, so hopefully it works. There'll be a future video and follow-up for all of this stuff, of course. Yeah, like I said, I'm gonna go back there and try to get some better footage and see what else I can find. If you guys have any questions or anything, leave some comments below and I'll do my best to answer. Otherwise, thanks all and I'll catch you later.